Some people say motivation is the key to discipline. They believe that if they could just stay motivated, everything would change. They would work harder, stay consistent, follow through on their commitments. But there's a problem with that idea. Motivation was never designed to sustain performance. Motivation is temporary, and temporary forces cannot produce consistent results. For a short period of time, everything feels easy, but eventually something changes. Energy drops, stress increases, life becomes busy, and motivation disappears. And when motivation disappears, behavior often disappears with it. That's why so many people experience cycles of progress and collapse. They feel motivated, they perform well, then motivation fades, and behavior becomes inconsistent again. This cycle continues because the structure underneath the behavior never changed. Consistent performance is not emotional, it's structural. High performers do not rely on feeling motivated. They rely on systems. Systems that make the right behavior easier to repeat, because systems remove the need for constant decision-making. They reduce friction, they protect standards, and when the system is working correctly, behavior becomes predictable. This is why everything we've discussed in this doctrine matters. A standard defines direction. Inspection keeps behavior visible. Execution integrity protects commitments. Energy management protects sustainability. Alignment ensures effort produces progress. And understanding the gap reveals when behavior has drifted away from the standard. But systems are what allow all of those elements to function together. Without systems, people constantly rely on motivation. And motivation eventually fails. A system is simply a structure that produces predictable behavior. It removes negotiation. It removes the need to constantly decide what to do. Instead of asking yourself every day, do I feel like doing this? The system answers the question for you. This is why systems win. Because systems allow behavior to continue even when motivation disappears. This is where behavioral architecture becomes important. Behavior does not exist in isolation. It is shaped by the environment around it. Your routines, your schedule, your structure, your expectations. All of these things influence what behavior becomes most likely. When behavior depends entirely on willpower, it becomes fragile because willpower fluctuates. Energy fluctuates. Emotion fluctuates. But architecture changes the conditions under which behavior occurs. Instead of fighting resistance every day, the structure reduces resistance. The environment begins to guide the behavior. Think about it like designing a system that makes the correct action easier than the incorrect one. When the architecture is correct, behavior becomes easier to maintain. not because the person suddenly became more motivated, but because the structure now supports the behavior. This is the difference between trying harder and designing better. And over time, better design always outperforms emotional effort. This is the shift most people need to make. Stop asking, how do I stay motivated? Start asking, what structure ensures the behavior happens? Because when the structure is correct, discipline becomes far easier to sustain. The purpose of this doctrine was never motivation. It's clarity, understanding how performance actually works. Standards, inspection, integrity, energy, alignment, and systems. When all of those elements work together, consistent performance stops being mysterious. It becomes structural. Motivation may start the journey, but systems are what carry it forward. And in the long run, systems always win.